Happening tomorrow, Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis will testify, answering questions about her historic indictment against President Trump and his allies. The indictments were recently tossed out. Last week, the court heard arguments in Willis versus Cowsert, in which State Senator Bill Cowsert and his state special committee on investigations looked for answers that stems from that infamous January 21 phone call between President Trump and Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger. During that call, President Trump asked Raffensperger to find enough votes so that he could carry Georgia and win the state. Joe Biden, of course, won the state of Georgia and was later sworn in as president.